Hello students, I hope you are very fine and doing your regular study day by day. So myself Sarish with one more video for crop production and management chapter. As we have read yesterday previous topics, we have read about manure fertilizers. That yesterday video I had sent, and please watch that carefully and do your study regular. So we are doing crops production and agriculture practices, means what we do, what farmers do to grow crops in their field. So the processes we are discussing. So plowing we have discussed, leveling we have discussed, and about seeds, sowing we have discussed, manure and fertilizers we have discussed. Now we will discuss the very important part of this topic, that is irrigation. We will discuss methods of irrigation. We will also discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages of this irrigation. Irrigation means we have to give water to the crops, but this is not only easy method that we are giving water to crops and crops are growing. This is the process to give water to crops in the field at different time interval. Different time interval means there is a proper timing to give water to the crops. That is not like that you are giving water to crops anytime whenever you think that there is need, so we just give the water. No, there is a proper time interval. It's not the easy method. It is a proper with proper time interval we have to provide water to the crops. So this is the process is called irrigation. So in from much time, rain is the most important source. We think that because we are dependent on rain in our country India, in rainy season we are dependent on rain. It's an important source for us, but it's not a regular and fixed at the time of need. Suppose we have need of, suppose after 2 days 3 days we need water for the crops, and after 2 or 3 days we can't get the rain from the sky. We know very well that rain is a natural process, so that we cannot control it. So most of the farmers, they depend on rain for their irrigation, but that is not the good method. They cannot be sure about rain. So what they do, so they used two type of method. In ancient time they were using this method, that is called traditional method, and the modern method which we are using now. So first we will discuss traditional method. What are the meaning of traditional method? What in this method what we do? So traditional methods, they were, number one, chain pump. In this what happens that a pump is connected, chain is connected with the pump, and that chain is tied with a big bucket. So what from the when the pump pull up the water, so the bucket fill with the water, and that bucket throw the water in the field. So in this way what happens, the water directly enters into the field. So second method is moat. In this what happens, water is collected from the well, and that is directly given to the crops. So that you can see from picture also, that is given in your books. Third is Dekli. Dekli is the method in which what happens, we take the water from the well with help of some stone or wood. Means what we do, there a stone is binded with the wood, and due to the weight of the stone, that would pull up the water from the well. So this system was used by ancient farmers. And the fourth system is Rahat. In this what happens, that water is extracted with the help of cattle. You have seen this also in some movies, and also in maybe in some villages. Cattle are tied with wood, and then cattle, they just move around a well, and then circular water system is going on, and that distribute the water in the field. So these methods, they were traditional method. In these method what happens, these methods were less costly. In this there is no need of electricity, there is no need of so much, but they are less efficient. Efficient means they don't give so much output to us. So this is about the four methods which these were called traditional methods. So these methods were not so efficient, means water is not distributed equal to everywhere. Whatever the crops needed water, that is not distributed properly, somewhere more, somewhere less. So this is not the these methods were not the sufficient. Now we are using modern method. Most of the farmers are using modern method, because as we know water table, you know about water table, that water table is continuously becoming less. The water shortage is there, so underground water, if it will be short, so we will not get the water. So we have to use modern methods to get the proper distribution of water and also to save the water. So modern methods, first modern method is called sprinkler system. Sprinkler system you have seen mostly in the villages, also in some gardens, you have seen in parks. There is a kind of pipe. In the top of pipe there is a nozzle connected, and when that pipe is connected with the pump, so what happens, through pump the water is pressurized to the pipe, and then due to the pressure the nozzle move the water circular in all around, so in the form of sprinkles. So that's why it's called sprinkler system. So this is a very efficient system. In this what happens ki water is equal distributed around the garden, around the field, and the nozzle always rotates, so water is equally distributed all of the round wherever the range of the sprinkle. And this is mostly provided in the sandy soil, where there you know that sandy soil, the sand can where the water can be easily distributed and it can be absorbed by sand easily. And uneven land means which is not a level, like a mountain area. You can see in mountain area that is not even land, that is uneven land. It's not level, it may be somewhere upside, somewhere downside, so that is why it is used in that area, so the water can be easily distributed. And for non-sufficient water sources, where sufficient water sources are not available, like rivers are not available, like canals are not available, like any kind of pond is not available, so there we can use this system, and this system can distribute water equally. So this is the benefit of this system. And this is work with the help of pump, so that's why it is a water equally pressurized and water is distributed equally around the field. So this is the first method, sprinkler system. Second system is drip system. You can see in the diagram. In this what happens, some very long pipelines are connected around the field. That pipelines are connected with the water source. As the water we supply is given to the pipe, then in pipe there are some holes are formed on the pipe in the regular gap. So what happens, from that hole drop water can easily enter to the crop directly. In sprinkler system I told you that water is spread around the field, but in this what happens, water doesn't spread. In this, water directly given to the crop, means these holes are situated near the crop, so as the water will fall down, that will directly go to crop, so it will not go here there, it will directly go to crop and water will be saved. Whatever the need of the crop, that water will be got by the crop, and then the water will be equally distributed and water will be saved. So this system is the better system than the sprinkler system, because it can save the water also, and it is easiest method. Means it's some costly around that sprinkler system, because in this we have to get the setup of it, and that is a very costly setup. So this system is used when we have to give regular water supply, means crop needs a proper water supply. If we will give more water, then crop will not grow properly, that is called water logging. If we give more water to crops, which is not needed by the crops, so that water system is that the situation of the crop is called water logging. So drip system save from that. And where there is no wastage of water, as I told you, water directly fall into the crops, so then crop directly get the water. So this system is very useful system, and this is the modern methods. So as you can have you have read about traditional methods and modern methods both. So I hope some doubts are clear about these methods, and the pictures about these two methods you can see in your book properly. Also you can search in internet, that will be very well, and you may be, if you are from village areas, you have used it. Now I will tell you about advantages and disadvantages of the irrigation. Advantages of irrigation is that the water supply help seeds to germinate, that seeds are germinated with the help of water supply properly, and the nutrients that can absorb from the soil with the help of water, as you know that soil nutrients are dissolved in water, and then that can mix with the plants, so that can be taken by plants if water is properly given to the plants. Roots can grow well, because if roots will grow well, then crops will be strongly tightly held by the roots and it will not fall down. And if there will be dry air means wind is blowing, yeah, dry air, hot air is blowing, so the crop's temperature will be normal and it can grow properly. So this is about the advantages of irrigation. And disadvantages means if there extra water we are giving to crops which is not needed by the crops, then the problem will be, that problem is called water logging problem. So that can stop the growth, that can disturb the growth, means as I told you, if any extra thing is given to anyone, so that will not be useful for that. So extra water if we give to that crop, so that can stop the, or that can disturb the growth of the plant. Roots, more water can make weak the roots, that roots will become weak, because more water can in that soil will become more wet and roots will be weak, and the plants that can easily fall down, that can easily be broken down by any animal or any kind of strong winds, by that plants can fall down. So these are the disadvantages of the extra irrigation if we give. So this is about the topic of today. I hope this is clear about the method of irrigation, how to do, and what is the importance and what are the disadvantages. So please, if you have got some knowledge or if you have any confusion, so then please text me. And also you have to watch the video regular for the regular study, and subscribe this channel so that the new video will get in your notification very soon. And then please like the video, and if you wanna share these videos to any other students, then you can share with the same class, so that will be helpful for them. So I hope it is clear, and enjoy your day. Have a good day.